And we're back to talk more WWE because in my last video, I was talking about the excitement and the hype around the premiere episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. We went into the match card, all of that stuff. But since that has come and gone, and today is Tuesday, right now as I'm recording this, we are going to sit here and talk. I guess we're going to recap some things, but definitely share some of my thoughts and opinions on all that happened yesterday because it was a lot. Okay, so let's start. So to start everything off, of course, you had Triple H and you had this nostalgic video package, of everything leading to where we are now, right? Some people had some issues with some of it, but I'm not going to go into that because just not. But the first entrance of the night was The Rock. A little shocking, but I guess not quite. So he comes out and he spends a lot of time kind of, showing gratitude to the fan base, to the wrestlers, and all those things. And he shouts out Cody. He acknowledges Roman. And he was just like, I'm going to be paying very close attention to that tribal combat match. It's like, okay, that's what we're doing. Touche. Okay. Curveball. Got you. And then, of course, the first match was the tribal combat match with Roman versus Solo. Which I'm not upset that that's how we started the night at all. Because my nerves was bad. So that being the first, let's get this out the way. I'm happy for it. So that match. Even though I'm super happy we had Alicia up there to announce everything, but Paul Heyman, the Hall of Famer, he asked her for the mic so he could introduce Roman. And he's looking right at Solo the entire time he's doing this introduction. Like, this man about to get his Ulafala back. Oh, sorry. So that was wonderful. So this match was amazing, start to finish. And of course, we had to have some interferences. Jacob and Tama ran out, but then so did Jimmy and Sammy to take care of the two of them. Then KO came running out to try to interfere, but Cody came and took him out. Roman wins. Roman won. And The Rock came out to take the Ulafala from Heyman and put it on Roman himself. They hug, everything. He lets Roman have his moment, and that was it. We didn't get any other interferences. We didn't get any big thing from Rock when it came to the bloodline. So it was just like, okay, cool. Now, I know right now I'm just like, okay, so what next with the bloodline? With both sides. Like, what are we doing now with that? I'm really excited to see how more this storyline can develop and expand or however else, because I know there's so much that can happen. They still have so many other family members who are still being developed to get to that point. So it's going to be interesting to see just what happens with them as a core group right now, and then whoever may come in the near future, right? I'm excited. Then next we had, well, of course, you have commercials. You have them showing all of the celebrities who were in attendance. I'm going to come back to that. We're going to come back to that. So John Cena comes out, and, he basically does the same thing, that Rock does. When they come back, you gotta talk about how it's been for you and everything. And he officially confirmed that he is going to come into the Rumble. He's going to be in the Rumble for a possible title opportunity, right? Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to see him back, and of course I'm curious to see who he's going to have matches against. Since he's coming back, I guess it's full time. It'll be interesting to see who they put against him, because the last person I saw him with was Solo. So that'll be interesting. Then we got Rhea versus Liv. Now, I was very surprised at how soon they were having this match, because it was the only title match of the night, the only women's match of the night, and they put it on second. I was like, I mean, I guess, I mean, if that has to do with just them kind of reading the room and people kind of tired of the storyline, you know, as it's been recently, I guess. But it's like, bro, this is the only title match of the entire night, and y'all are putting them on this early. Oh, and also the last video, I was wrong, because I could not remember when all of this started. So apparently it was around SummerSlam. And if that is wrong, y'all let me know. But it's been since SummerSlam. That's a while. But so we've been dealing with that since then. But Rhea got the win. And of course Raquel tried to, you know, interfere or whatever, but didn't work. Dom attempted to, didn't work. But yeah, Rhea got the win. And then after she won, here comes Dom, I guess, asking for forgiveness and a hug. He's a clown. Okay. But you know, she went like she was going to hug him, and then she kicked him between the legs, and then she did her riptide on him. Now, as she was leaving the ring and going up the ramp, the Undertaker's music hit. He comes riding out on a motorcycle. He literally rides around the ring, goes up to the ramp to meet back up with Rhea, gives her a high five, then he drives off. Yep. Now, he has always been one of my favorites, though. So I wasn't mad at that little short piece with him, but I was just like, oh, I thought we were going to get a little bit more. But hey, I will take that. And I mean, like, the moment made sense, you know, thinking about like Damien, her, Judgment Day, that kind of thing. So it made sense. So I wasn't mad about it. And then, oh, okay. I have my notes, y'all, so I can stay on topic. So after that, we have Travis Scott came out from within the crowd. His entrance was talked about a lot because he had a little something in his hand, like Pat McAfee said, he had a little sage on him. It's Cali, so should not be surprised. Wasn't mad. It was just really funny, and I think it caught a lot of people off guard last night, because we're used to everything being so censored. You know what I'm saying? So that was interesting. But his music starts playing, and I'm thinking, like, is he performing? What are we doing? And then here comes Jey Uso's music. So Jey comes out, meets him, and then they proceed to yeet together, and they walk through the crowd, stop, yeet, you know, continue going through the crowd, yeet, proceed to the commentator's table to dap up everybody, yeet again. So it was a lot of yeeting. So I don't know why it's still. Sorry, I gotta give me a moment. But I love Jay's gear. Shout out to the costume designer for them. Do we just call him a designer? His name is Makazi. Shouts out to you, because he does a lot of their gear, and Jay's gear is always my favorite. It was like a hotter pink, and it was like metallic. It was dope. I honestly just love Jay in pink, so here for it. And also, speaking of gear, I didn't mention this with Roman. He usually doesn't change up his look or gear ever. And I think he has some updated gloves, and his shoes were updated. He had a customized pair of Kobe 9s. Those were so dope. Like, love that. It looked good on him. The shoes did their job. So with Jay and Drew, it was a really great match. A lot of back and forth. Had me worried at some point, especially when he collapsed at one point. But it was all a ruse, and he got the pin, and then he got up out of there. Okay. So very proud of Jay. Super, super proud of him. And of course, he had the pop, he had the entrance, he came out with a rap superstar, and then he handled his business in the ring. That's what we want to see. So appreciate that. And then now this next piece, I ain't gonna spend too long on it. Hulk Hogan walks out, and he's there to, I don't know what he was there for. He came out to talk about his new partnership with WWE because his beer company is a sponsor. The logo was on the ring with the other sponsors. But this man is getting booed out of the building. Yeah, so LA knew what was up. Shout out to y'all though, because y'all were lit last night, and it was beautiful. We always appreciate seeing that. For those of us who are at home, and y'all did the thing. I was happy about that. But yeah, shout out to y'all for that. Then we get Seth and CM Punk. That match was, I'm gonna say petty is the word, because they used each other's moves against the other. But CM Punk came away with the win, and it was like, okay, that's the that's the end of it. Goodness. So it's like, what now? What do we? I mean, obviously, a lot can still happen between the two, or them branching off into beefs with other people. But yeah, I was like, okay, cool. Not mad about it. I was rooting for Seth, but I mean, hey, not mad. It was very interesting. Now, in one of the segments in between everything, it was Adam Pearce talking to Chad Gable, because Gable always just inserts himself into all conversations, and he is insistent on having a match with some type of luchador. So I think this is going to be the debut of Penta. So I'm excited for that, to be honest with you. And then they announced the card for SmackDown this week. I think we're getting Sheamus versus Kaiser. We're getting probably Penta versus Gable. Damian versus Finn in a street fight. I'm not going into that. And I think we're getting the women IC title final, if I'm right. If not, my bad. But I think that's coming on Friday. What else we got? It was so good to see Michael Cole and Pat McAfee again, because they are hysterical when calling the matches, when just talking amongst themselves. They are so entertaining, especially when Jay comes out. And it was just good to see them again. The two of them are going to be the commentators moving forward for Raw. So that's going to be fun. And I think Corey Graves, Wade Barrett, and Joe Tessitore are going to be on SmackDown. Now, there's one thing I want to say. And this may be an unpopular opinion, and I don't mean any disrespect at all. I promise you. And I know y'all were in Los Angeles, and I know this is one of the biggest reasons of having things there, like big premiere events there, because of the amount of celebrities, right? And it was cool to see some of my favorite people there. You know, some people who I really like, you know, and I know that they're big wrestling fans, you know, like whether it was this big or not, they've always been fans, right? I'm not mad at that. It's cool to see, but if you aren't in the ring wrestling, I don't care. Like, I'm here to watch the wrestlers. Those are the celebrities to me. And it's not even that they're celebrities per se, but they are. And I'm here to watch them and enjoy them and watch them do their thing. I'm not worried about you. You're just there to watch. And that's it. Like I said, it's no disrespect, and I love them. But it's like, you know, the fact that how many minutes on top of all of the commercials that we had to sit through. We had to sit through, who's in the crowd? Who's in the crowd? Now, I was happy to see the other wrestlers that were in the building. We got to see Bianca and Naomi. They were sitting next to X-Pac and Shinsuke Nakamura. That was cool. And then we had Lyra, Tiffy, Um, Rey Mysterio, of course, a huge crowd favorite in LA because duh. Then there was LA Knight. Um, and we had the War Raiders were in the building. So that was, I was excited to see that because again, this moment was about them for me. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, and there's no hate towards the celebrities, trust me. But in that moment, I didn't care. I'm sorry. I didn't care. Like, I just want to see my wrestlers. I just want to see the action. That's why I'm here. But overall though, last night was really cool. It'll be interesting to see how Raw is moving forward because it's not going to be like this big premiere event past yesterday. So it'll be interesting if they still carry that kind of energy to all the places that they go for these Raw shows. You know, because all buildings and all venues and all crowds are not created equal. So it's going to be interesting to see how things are moving forward. Yeah, so how are y'all, like, what do y'all think for those of you who have been fans before now, to any of you who are new to all of this and either started watching because of curiosity or because, it was just like, oh, heard about it, just, just wanted to see it. Y'all let me know in the comments. And again, please be nice to each other. And I mean, if you say anything about me, you get blocked. So it is what it is. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for sitting through this video, and especially if you sat through the video yesterday. There's going to be a lot more to come. I'm having fun. I feel like I'm kind of getting into a groove with this, so I'm excited to come back with more things. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll holler at y'all.